Hey my friends, my name is Richard Weberg for those of you who do not know me, and in today's video I am going to share with you the 10K master formula. And that master formula is truly going to tell you either why you're failing. You're going to know, you're going to be able to recognize it as I go through this presentation, or you're going to know exactly why you're at where you are with trying to make money online. Now, with this master formula, once we fully understood this formula, that is when our income catapulted and we made leaps and bounds in our online marketing. And you can see on the screen here, it says feed the machine. I truly want to try and ingrain this into your brain, because this master formula is going to let you know why you are failing or why you are succeeding or why you're getting mediocre results. So remember this phrase, feed the machine. Write it down, and I'm going to explain what feed the machine means. Now, I'm going to back up here a slide before we get going with the master formula and what actually it is I want you to always remember this. Always write this down as well. Engrave this in your brain. First off, if you're not building your email marketing list, if you're not building list of people that you can follow up with by the click of a mouse and broadcast emails to all at once, you're not succeeding online, period. Okay. My first 2.5 years marketing online, I tried everything and I did not make jack squat. I was making absolutely nothing, and I kept pumping money into advertising and all this other stuff. But the thing I wasn't doing was building my email list. I was not sending all of my traffic to a lead capture page that was tied to an autoresponder. So I could not ever follow up with people. Remember that people do not join or purchase immediately the first time they see something. And that's why it's so critical to build your email list and to understand the numbers that are going to be laid out to you in this master formula. Even the hugest corporations online all build their email list and use an autoresponder. Companies like Walmart, Amazon, many other companies you get emails from. Email is usually the first thing people check in the morning, and then the last thing they check before they go to bed, in one way or another, either on a computer or on their phone. So always remember this phrase here. It is not the products or the opportunity itself that will set you free, that will make you all the money. It is the learning and the mastering of the process that will, meaning you must be doing the right process of how to market in order to make sales of any product or opportunity. I don't care if you think you have the greatest opportunity or product since sliced bread. If you are not building your email list, following up with people, and doing it at the right pace, and following these numbers I'm about to share with you, you're not going to make any money. This phrase, every time we do a webinar, every time we speak, we make sure and tell people this phrase, because it is truly not the products or opportunity itself that will set you free. It is the learning and the mastering and applying of that process that will. The process is making connections with people and getting people to believe and trust in you. So that's why it's so important to build your list, because people just don't buy or join stuff like immediately when they see it. They are much more apt, 1,000 times more apt, to purchase from you or join from you if you've built a relationship. And through email marketing, you do, because you're able to continually communicate with masses of people eventually at a time. So please, please remember this phrase. I'm going to go back now to the beginning of this presentation slideshow. Just take me a second to get there. Okay, and what I like to call it is reverse engineering your success, because truly, once you know the math in this master formula, that's all you're going to do is reverse engineer your success, because now you know what you need to do and what kind of numbers you need in order to obtain a real income online. No, I'm talking, $1,000 more or more a month, and eventually, six plus figures and then beyond. There are literally people, lots of people who actually make over $1 million a year doing this stuff. There are some people who make tens of millions of dollars a year doing this stuff. And sometimes it can seem such a huge gap from those who struggle to barely make $100 a month online and those that are making thousands. And it's because of that process that you must learn and master and apply every day in your marketing that's going to help you to reach that success. The facts and the numbers, they don't lie. And this is how you're going to scale your business. This is how you're going to start to get results more immediately. Everything is not going to happen overnight, depending upon where you are at. Meaning, do you have any experience whatsoever? Do you know what an autoresponder even is? Have you ever used one before? Are you building your list? Are you building your list really slow? But just remember, all these things are very easily learned online, especially when you're part of the right system. And I'm going to share that system with you at the end of this so you can see how we do it and how we have months where we make over $40,000 plus a month. Because that is critical to your success. And I never made any money, like I stated to you earlier, until I started doing this process. And I wasn't great at it at first. It's no different than your job. You go to work every day, and when you first start that job, you don't even know where the bathroom is. You don't even know where the lunchroom is. You don't know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, even if you went to college for it, because you're in an unfamiliar setting, an unfamiliar building with unfamiliar people, and you don't know exactly what you're supposed to be doing. But day after day, you show up for that job. Day after day, you get better, better, better at it, and pretty soon you're a master of it, and you could teach that specific job to anyone else. And that's the same thing when it comes to this internet marketing. So let's move on. Who are we and what was our start? Just really quick. Like I said, my name is Richard Weberg. Now I am partnered with my son, John Weberg. When I first got started marketing almost 17 years ago today, I was literally living in welfare housing. I had moved my family into welfare housing because I used to own some retail stores in my local mall, and our economy here tanked, and I went bankrupt and lost everything, including my cars. The repo man took them. And as I started to battle and bring myself back, I discovered online marketing, and it caught my eye, and I kept doing it. Once I did find a new job again and bettering my situation the whole time, I kept learning and learning, and eventually I mastered it. And back when I got started, there was no systems like the one I'm going to explain to you at the end. There was no such thing back then. There was no screen share videos like you're watching right now. There was no Facebook. There was no YouTube. There was blogging, maybe a little bit in its crudest form. None of these things existed. Podcast and all this other stuff, none of that stuff existed when I got started. It was difficult back then. Today, you can be up and running and building your list and doing the right thing in literally 15, 20 minutes. It's totally night and day what it was before. And in that process, as I started bettering my life, started making more money online, my son, who was very small, John, would sit next to me by my computer, and he would play video games and stuff. And when he was about 10 years old, one day I looked over at him. I thought he was just playing a video game, and I was like, "What are you doing, son?" And he's like, "Driving traffic." I was like, "What do you mean you're driving traffic?" "Yeah, to my website." I was like, "Your website? You built a website?" He's like, "Yeah, look." And I was like, "You're using my traffic programs. How did you know how to use them?" "Oh, I just figured it out. It wasn't hard." I was like, "What?" He had built a website before I had, because back then the knowledge was not what it is today. Johnny is 21 years old and almost, going to be going on 22. So he's literally been doing this stuff in a certain way since he was 10 years old. And he never wavered from it. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and he's never had to work for anyone else after he graduated from high school. He was totally self-sufficient. And later on, we became partners, and we've been partners now for roughly the last 3 years. And it's been an awesome blessing that I get to spend this much time with one of my sons, and we have gotten to travel all over the world together because of online marketing. And we're going to share with you a secret that a lot of people don't know, and that is the master formula. What you're going to learn how to do is create a warm market. And this is one of the biggest reasons people fail, is that a warm market is your ability to turn leads into friends, literally. When I used to own my retail store in my local mall, my best customers were always people that came in and visited me the most often. They would buy stuff some days that they didn't even want, and I never even tried to sell them. I don't know if they did it out of obligation or because they like me so much that they would just buy stuff constantly. And that is the truth with online marketing. Why so many fail? Because they never take the time to turn their leads, or they don't even go after getting leads, so they have nobody to turn into a warm market, and turning those leads into friends through continued communication. And one of the biggest ways you can do that is through the use of an autoresponder. Now, this is Johnny and I. We were speaking on stage, but this is just a photo of John, and we call this, of course, the master formula. Now, the master formula are average email open rates and click-through rates. Now, this is extremely important. These numbers are going to tell you either why you are failing. Well, like I said, if you're not building your email list yet at all, then you definitely know why you're failing. But if you're following these numbers when I share them with you here, you're going to know exactly why you're at where you are. And these average email rates, I want you to understand that you have to learn to build your list at a certain pace. Because if you don't build your list at a certain pace, none of these numbers will apply to you. Because if you're taking forever to put 1,000 people on a list, like you're taking an entire year, a lot of the people on your list aren't interested anymore. They've moved on. They've quit. They've passed away. They've gotten ill. They've had a ton of things happen in their lives. And there's only going to be so many people left out of that 1,000. I mean, we do have people on our list that are literally have been with us from day one when I started building my list years ago. Some of these people will stick, but you're going to have a smaller loyal following when you take that long to build your list. And we will share with you how to build your list fast and all that kind of stuff. But you need to be building your list at a certain pace. Okay, so you have 1,000 opt-ins at a 20% open rate equals 200 opens. Okay. Now, like I said, if you're building your list and you got 1,000 opt-ins and it's taking you over a year to do that, you're not building your business at the right pace. So these numbers may not apply to you at all yet because you're not building at a fast enough pace. So that 1,000 opt-ins times 20% equals that 200 opens when you send out a broadcast email to every one of those 1,000 people, times a 10% click-through rate, meaning those are the people that click on a link to see your product or opportunity in your emails, will roughly equal 20 clicks. That 20 clicks times a 2% buy rate equals 0.4 sales. So I want you to think about that now and really apply it to everything I've said so far. Apply that to what you've been doing online. 0.4 sales is not a large number. If you were selling something for $100 per sale that you made $100 on, that would equal $40 daily. If you're emailing your list every single day and you're continuing to add new opt-ins every single day, and again, at a fast enough pace. If you're adding 1 or 2 opt-ins a day, don't expect this formula to hold true to you. Remember that. Keep that ingrained the whole time I share this formula with you. So, if you want to make more money, when you know the opt-in rate and you know the click-through rate, and sometimes people like me and John will get a better open rate than this and a better click-through rate because we're great at turning our warm market, our leads on our list in our autoresponder by broadcasting emails to them and communicating with them. We're able to turn our rates up a notch because we have gotten really good at it. That's just like your job too. How I explained, eventually at your job, you can teach somebody else to do what you're doing and you have literally mastered it. We have mastered this process. So these are just average open and click-through rates if you're building at the right pace. Otherwise, these numbers are going to be different for you. And that's going to tell you why you are where you're at and if you haven't hardly gotten any sales ever. Now, this plays into something else that I want all of you to understand full-heartedly, because if any of you watching this are anything like I was, when I first got started, I kept looking for the cheapest things I could find to promote. Because I thought to myself, ooh, I'll make tons of money because everybody's going to buy that because it's only $10. Now, if you're making a 50% sale off $10, that means your 0.4 sales daily is only $5 commission. Now, that will not keep you in business very long because you'll get very discouraged because you're going to have to invest money into traffic in order to have your list building at the right rate. You have to. There's no way around it. Now, that is the thing between people that become experienced with doing this stuff and people that are brand new to it or struggling with it for long periods of time. They still think sometimes if they find the right product that costs hardly anything, more people will buy it and you'll make more money. But it won't. It'll take you 10 times as much effort because of this master formula. There's no getting around it. Except building your business at a faster pace. And once you master the follow-up process, your rate will go up. So if you're trying to promote the cheapest thing you could ever find, you're on the wrong path already. You're not going to make much money. I mean, do the math. If you want to make $1,000 a month, how many sales do you got to make if you're only making a $5 commission? A lot. So let's move on to the next slide here. Keeping this formula in mind, what your first goal is to do is to build your opt-ins, your leads coming into your autoresponder, of course, at a faster rate. And I will share with you how to do that through my videos. You can watch many of my videos where we share traffic and everything else that we're doing, and through our own system and through another system that we are using that I will share with you at the end of this, which will help you do all these things way faster than you could ever do on your own. The master formula, if you stayed at the same rate of opens and clicks, your income would roughly be $1,200 monthly, because remember, you're making roughly $40 a day. Now, remember, that's if you're selling something where you're making $100 per sale, okay? So you'd be making $1,200 monthly. Great start. And you wouldn't be putting as much of that in that you're getting out as traffic. So you'll be making a profit, which is huge. And this can be obtained by anyone when they're willing to go after it and invest in their business from the get-go and make sure they do until they get to the points that they want to be at. And you can see the note on this slide where it says, depending upon how fast you generate leads. So let's do some more math and we're going to see what kind of results you can produce. So if you keep building your opt-in list at a steady pace, you're getting 20 to 50 opt-ins a day, which is a way better pace. That's roughly going to be somewhere around, if we just took 30 opt-ins a day times 30 days, is 900 a month. It means you're going to get 900 leads a month, and at the end of the year, you'd roughly have 12,000 leads on your list. See, that's how you build a huge list, is by buying traffic. If you've been out there all this time trying to do it all for free and you're just trickling in leads, you know why. You're never going to create any momentum that way without purchasing traffic. Just please trust in our experience. Me and John have a combined experience of over 27 years now. We know exactly what we're talking about. So your first goal is to get to 10,000 leads as fast as you can. So if you now have 10,000 opt-ins, 10,000 people on your list, that same 20% open rate equals 2,000 opens times the 10% click-through equals 200 clicks. 200 clicks at a 2% buy rate or join rate in some opportunity equals 4 sales daily. So now, if your commissions equal $100 per sale, that's $400 daily. And now your income is over $12,000 monthly. You see the difference there? Because you follow this formula and you keep following up with your leads every single day. You broadcast an email to your list and you get better at doing that. You ask for advice from other people who are doing it and you stay focused on building your list. See, there's only one goal. There's only one main goal that you want to be focused on every day when you jump on your computer or do any work for your online business or building income is leads. It's no different than a store on your local corner. If there are not people walking through that store every single day, you will make no money. And it's the same thing with online marketing. People think it's different and they start advertising their main affiliate link, which is like a sales page or a join link right away to join the opportunity, or a sales page for a product. You're going to make very little sales because you can never follow up with anybody and you can never build that relationship if you're not building your list so people can walk through your store multiple times. Remember, we have people who've been on our list for over 10 years. Some of them longer than that. So they have walked in through our store door multiple times and have bought many things from us. That's where you do the work once and you get to make sales over and over again. That's how having an autoresponder that sends out follow-up emails automatically, me and Johnny can be gone and you can see all the pictures in this background. You may not see them very clear, but they're all trips that we have taken. And all those times when we were on those trips, we made money while we were having fun, while we were traveling all over the world. And that's the same thing that can happen to you when you reverse engineer your success and you know what you need to have as goals and you figure out a budget for advertising so you can get to these numbers way faster. And you make sure the two things you do daily are: number one, you get more leads. You advertise your lead capture page, your squeeze page, opt-in page. Those are the three things it's called. And you drive traffic to that through paid and free methods. And you raise your budget and scale your income back in, that you start to make your commissions back into it so that you can build your list faster and faster. And pretty soon you'll be making more money than you ever thought possible, as long as you follow this advice. So again, you're at roughly $12,000 monthly now, and that's coming in pretty much on autopilot because you have a budget for your advertising that you keep sending and you're getting lots of opt-ins every single day. You have follow-up emails that are going out and selling people products and services, building that relationship. Some of them are becoming partners with you, and you're starting to make a ton of money. 10,000 leads should be your ultimate goal. And 10,000 leads on your list, you should be shooting for that in 12 months. You should have, at the end of 12 months, over 10,000 people on your list. Hopefully more like 20,000. And you can do that when you follow the formula and you use good paid traffic. You need to start getting excited about leads, and the sales will come as long as you're following up. And why the rate you build your list is so important. How can you increase these numbers? How can you build your list faster? Leads generated through list leverage. This is the system that I told you I was going to tell you about. List leverage has a very unique system that enables people with no experience to build their list at a lightning pace. And that's why we love list leverage. Now, I'm giving you this education, and you can apply this to whatever else you're doing. But list leverage will help you to build or sell any other program, opportunity, or products because it is your list. You can email your list whatever you want to as you build it. That's why I'm sharing you the list leverage system, is because that is their model. They want you to make multiple streams of income, and the system is why it's called list leverage, because that's their whole focus. And they have a viral nature to the list leverage system that we generated 3,051 leads in 40 days and made, 35 days, sorry, in 35 days, and we made over $40,000 in 35 days. And those are the number of leads that we had at that point, 3,051 leads. And a lot of those were free because of the viral pass up nature of the leads. I mean, we did generate a lot of those with paid traffic, but our free leads are starting to pour in now because we're using the list leverage system. Eventually, we'll be getting like, I've done some math here, and the leads keep increasing, the viral free lead part of it every single day, where eventually we'll be able to generate an extra 10,000 leads a month from list leverage. And that's part of the problem with people when they come online looking to make some money. They see an ad, they join a company that, hey, you're going to make a ton of money with this company, but you don't know how to market. And so you go trying to make money and you can't figure it out. And you do all the wrong things. And you keep beating your head against the door and you keep jumping from opportunity to opportunity. Now, once you start building your list, never stop. I don't care if you don't start making sales right away. And if you're building your list now, just like I said, don't ever stop. Keep doing it, keep learning, keep broadcasting every single day, keep sharing the products and services, and those numbers will come to fruition for you if you don't quit. Because that is the process that all successful marketers use online and all successful companies use to multiply their profits over and over and over again and build repeat customers. Now, how can you increase these numbers? Well, we already went through this part. Leads generated through list leverage at 3,051 leads. That produced 115 paid members into list leverage for us. And at a 3% conversion to sales, every lead was worth $13.11. And we have just gotten started with this. And the number of leads coming in, like I said, is going to exponentially increase. And that's why I want to share the system with you, because a lot of you who will watch this video maybe have hardly any experience building their list, or you're trying to build another program, but you don't have any lead flow, or you didn't know the math. And that's why we educate you. So no matter what you're doing, and if you're already building your list, we're just offering you a way to build your list faster as well through list leverage. After I'm done with this presentation, after you're done watching it, underneath the video or on a page, you'll see a link in the description, or by clicking on more in YouTube to get the link so that you can learn more about list leverage. Now, your warm market, like we talked earlier, is your ability to turn your leads into friends. That equals, your ability to create results, sales, and life-changing outcomes, meaning changing your life because you start to make the kind of money that you only dreamed of. Definitely this process is your key. So here's how to turn your leads into friends. Email broadcast daily once you start building your list. If you're not, and if you are not emailing your list daily, you need to start. You need to share things about you, your life, your goals, where you're going, share your vacations, share whatever you're doing, and build a friendship with people. Talk to people through broadcasting emails to your autoresponder like you'd want to be talked to. And always don't forget to promote to them. Financial suicide. You're committing financial suicide by not broadcasting daily to your leads list if you already have one. You're literally throwing money away, because I guarantee you somebody on your list may be opted into somebody else's list and they are following up with them and they are making a ton of money because they're not afraid to email their list. That's one thing you cannot be, is afraid to email your list. You need to broadcast every single day to your list, whether or not anything is happening, because that's how it eventually will, because the people on your list begin to get to know you, like you, and trust you. Leads can forget about you, because if you're emailing your leads once a month, they don't even know who in the hell you are. They've already moved on and have been looking for something else, somebody else who's a winner, somebody else who they're ready to follow, because they don't know who you are, plain and simple. That's how you get to know people. You don't have their full attention. Videos, lives, we do lives on Facebook, we do videos. The reason we do these things is so you can get to know us. Some of the people that have been on our list or watched our YouTube videos and gotten on our list that way, or however they did through paid traffic, they are some of our very dearest friends. And some of these pictures you're seeing in the background that lightly show up probably for you, um, these trips and stuff were with many of our leads. They became some of our best friends. We became really super good friends with some of the owners of the companies that we deal with because of building our list. You separate yourself from the crowd. You gather attention, you convert leads into friends, build, like, know, and trust fast. There's a saying that people don't buy products or people don't join businesses. People join people. People buy from people. You're doing it in your everyday life, whether you realize it or not, is when you have built friendships, those people you talk to, you are always trying to convince of things. I know you convinced your spouse, if you have one, of how great you are. That's why your spouse married you. I know that when you've seen a good movie, you've told at least a few people and they went and seen it. You're doing it all the time in your life already. You're just not getting paid for it. And you're doing it with your friends and acquaintances or people that you know pretty well or at your job. And that's because they know, like, and trust you. So you build your other list on social networks. So if you use Facebook, if you use Pinterest, Instagram, any of these other social networks, those are considered a type of list as well. Um, so make sure you're not a negative Nelly, or you're talking nothing but politics, or you know just posting real garbage on your profiles or anything like that. If you truly want to make money online and live the .com lifestyle, turn your social networks into good friends, positive friends who you share your products and services with that you're trying to sell. Because all good marketers do that, because you can build a warm market really quick with social networks, interactions. And then, of course, you send all those people, when you're sharing with them, to a lead capture page so that you can continue further communicating with them through your email list. You know, people look up to people who are positive and always doing stuff and on the go and look like they're living a great life, because they are living their life. They're living life because money in their life is no longer an issue and weighing them down all the time. And that's the kind of person you want to be, so you can totally change your financial situation. Or maybe you make a lot of money from your job, but you're stressed out all the time because all you do is work. I mean, if I could only explain to you the .com lifestyle and what it's like, is absolutely amazing. Nobody tells me when to go to work. I go on vacations or trips all the time. Sometimes so much I don't want to go on another one for a while because I've been on so many. And that's a nice feeling, not wishing you could go on a trip, but going, I've already been on 10 different trips this year. I think I'm going to hold off for another couple months. I don't got the itch yet. That's the kind of, what do you want to call it? That's the kind of control you want to have in your life. You know, not worrying about you're going to have enough money to pay a bill when it comes in. Your bills are already all paid. You truly can build this online when you get serious about turning your business around and whatever you're promoting into a real income. But you got to get serious about it, and then it will become a real business. It'll never become a real business if you don't follow people who have already done it before you and give you this kind of advice for free, and you don't bother to pay attention to it and actually do it. Nothing's going to happen then. So eventually, you want to build your own sales pages. Using systems like list leverage, it helps to multiply your efforts amazingly, and that's why we do. Even though we know how to build our own sales pages, but a lot of times we build our own sales pages, or we use a funnel system like ClickFunnels to do it, because it makes it easy for anybody to do it. But eventually you do want to, as you get more and more experience, build some of your own pages and stuff, because that separates you from the crowd as well as you're building your list. And those things will naturally happen as you start being serious about the business and you're turning a profit and you're starting to really kick things in gear. And you're going to, create duplication, and you're going to help. Your focus will then turn, like ours is, to help other people get free. So we have more friends and family to travel with and, go on the beaches of the world together. I mean, that's not just a saying. People in our business do it all the time. And we are living proof of that. And many of the people that we hang out with are all living proof of it as well, where they can pretty much take off on a dime. Always remember this. I'm bringing you back to it. It is not the products or opportunity itself that will set you free. It is the learning and the mastering of the process that will. Do not forget that. The process is making connections with people and getting people to believe in and trust you. They want to follow a winner. Feed the machine. That is what I just went through, is feed the machine. The machine is hungry, but if you don't feed it and you don't feed it leads, nothing will happen because you'll have nobody to follow up with. And that's why this is in bright yellow. Make sure and feed the machine. The more leads you get on a daily basis, the faster your income will blow up. Get obsessed with leads, not the sale. When you get obsessed with leads, then get obsessed with following up with your leads every day by broadcasting emails. Even if you have follow-up emails in your autoresponder, do not rely upon them. Broadcast an email. It goes out to everyone with a click every single day. But get obsessed with leads and get obsessed with following up and sharing the programs and products that you're using. And tell stories and relate to people that you're a real human being. You'd love to help them get started. I mean, feed the machine and do not stop, and the income will eventually follow. The only way to fail is to give up, my friend. I was at this stuff, like I told you, for 2.5 years before I made my first dime online, because I thought I could just do it my own way. And I was unwilling to learn. I was not teachable that first 2.5 years. I really wasn't. I thought, oh, this is easy. I should be able to make money with this, no problem. And I believed the hype. I didn't get to work in a way that was focused. Meaning, what I should have went and done is found somebody else who's having massive success, and I should have asked them, what do I need to do? Just tell me what to do. And then did exactly what they said to do. Just like I am telling you what to do right now. But, like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. I can lead you to the water, but it's up to you if you drink or not, or remain thirsty. You have to take the action. You have to decide that you truly want to be debt free, that you want to live the .com lifestyle, you want to travel, you want to help people that all these things are possible. You can write your own ticket with online marketing when you decide that you're going to go after it and you're going to do what it takes to get it done. And if that includes finding a budget for paid advertising, you do that. I don't care if your budget's as small as $50 monthly or $100 monthly, whatever it is in the beginning. You need to buy paid advertising to leverage your time and to get leads. Start getting leads fast enough and start having people that you can broadcast to in bigger groups of people coming in. That is the key. And like I said, one of the systems that we're using, List Leverage, it's an amazing system that helps you do all these things faster. And the group that we're part of, because List Leverage has a Facebook group where all of the owners participate in, and they do daily calls, daily lives, and webinars to help people master this process and to help them learn to get it done and how to get it done. It's an amazing group of owners and affiliate marketers like us who are all going after it together as a giant team, and you will become part of that team. All you need to do now is take action. Unless you think you got this thing all nailed up and you're just kicking butt and taking names all on your own or doing your own thing, that's fine. But if not, you truly need to get involved with us in List Leverage and start doing all the things and learning from many, many multimillionaires who have nailed this stuff down by joining us in List Leverage. I've already shared with you the kind of money we made in 35 days from the system and how many leads we got already just from using that system. I mean, we get other leads all the time. Now, I'm just talking what List Leverage helped us to get. Like I said, we've been doing this and building our list for many, many years now. And List Leverage, if I had that when I first started, where I'd be today compared to where I had to work to by myself and finally figure this stuff out, it's night and day where I'd be today. If I would have had a system like list leverage to lean on at any point. That's why when I seen it, when the owners contacted us and shared it with us, I was like, we are in. Both me and my son were like, we are in like Flynn. This thing will help people like crazy, and it'll help us, people who have tons of experience. It'll help us multiply our leads out even faster. And remember, get obsessed about leads. We are obsessed with leads in the follow-up. It's how we make all of our money. Get obsessed with leads in the follow-up, making friends. It's an amazing thing that goes on when you do that, and how it will change for you the better. So just remember, get committed, feed the machine, and don't ever stop, my friend. Other than that, go below this video. You'll opt into our list for list leverage so you can get in on the system. And we look forward to seeing you on the inside. Have a great day, my friend.